Hello, we're going to look at complementary and supplementary angles. Remember, complementary is two angles equal 90 degrees. So in other words, if I had 20 degrees plus 70 degrees, those are complementary angles because they equal 90 degrees. Supplementary angles would be if you had an angle that was 130 degrees, well, 130 plus 50 equals 180. Those two angles are supplementary angles because together they equal 180. So supplementary is 180, complementary is 90. Now, we also can think about if someone were to tell you, and we're going to think about both of these methodologies, whether we're thinking about it as a fractional part or we're thinking about algebraically, we're looking at them as models. So, if somebody said to you that 2/3 of a 90-degree angle, what's its complement? Well, we have to first figure out what's 2/3 of 90. Well, think of it as a model. The whole thing is 90, so that whole value, that whole bar is 90. We want to find 2/3 of it. So, the 3 represents the whole amount. The 2 is the part, 2/3 of 90. So if 90 is the whole thing, we know each one of these is 30, because 30 plus 30 plus 30 is 90. So 2/3 of 90, two of these bars would be 60. So the complement of 2/3 of 90 is 60. Its complement would then be 30, because 60 plus 30 is 90. Think about it another way. What if somebody said to you that you had 1/4 of 180? So somebody said, what's the supplement of 1/4 of 80? So supplement, well, we first have to figure out, well, if we have a whole value which is 180, we'd first figure out, well, it's 4 parts, right? 1/4, so we only want to find out one of them. So if we break it down, well, what's half of 180 is 90. What's half of 90? 45. So we know that each value of each bar is 45. So 1/4 of 180 is 45. So that's the first measure would be 45 degrees. And then the rest would be what's remaining, because right, that's that supplement, which would be 135. We know 45 plus 135 is 180. Now, think about this in another way. Think about if we're talking about something algebraically. So if somebody said to you, we knew that x plus 4 degrees plus x, let's say plus 16 degrees. What if we said they were both complements? So we know that the two of them together equal 90. Well, again, let's think about our model. The whole thing is 90. Well, do we know what x is? We don't know what x is. So isn't that kind of what we did before? That's our unknown box. So this box plus 4. This box plus 16. And I'm actually going to fix this. I made it a little big. So let's make it more realistic in size. Okay? So when we're thinking about this, we have some value. So we don't know what x is, but we know that x plus 4 plus x plus 16 has a total of 90. Oh, wait a second. If these two boxes are the same value, they should be roughly the same size. So we know, well, 4 plus 16 is 20. So what plus 20 is 90? So wouldn't that be 70? So we know that the value of this bar and this bar together have to be 70. So what's half of 70? 35. So this must be 39 degrees, because 35 plus 4 is 39. 35 plus 16 is 51. So the measure of our two angles would be 39 and 51. Again, the model can lay it out when we think about something algebraically, because we haven't really spent any time yet with algebraic reasoning. in this capacity. We've thought about it in a different way as part whole. So let's look at another one. What if somebody said to you that you had you had 2x plus 5 degrees was one angle. And let's say it was x plus 25. And we said these are supplementary angles, so the whole thing equals 180. Sorry, 180. I ran out of space. My fault. So again, think about it as an image. So the whole value is 180. So now we have two spaces, so two of them, two x's, two unknowns. So we don't know that bar, we don't know that bar. We do know that plus 5 is there. We have one unknown, and then plus 25 is there. So again, I made my image a little big. So I'm going to come back and erase this. So think for a second. If I took 5 plus 25, that's 30. So 30 plus what is 180? Wouldn't that be 150? So in other words, so this bar plus this bar plus this bar gives me a value of 150. So each bar must be 50 because all the bars are the same size. So I know that the value of this angle is 50. 2 50s is plus 5 would be 105. 50 plus 25 would be 75, because we know 105 plus 75 would be 180. So again, this is another way to think about it. If this is still confusing to you, please don't panic. This is something you have not really been exposed to. That's why it's a go above and beyond. But if you think about it as a model, sometimes it'll begin to make a little more sense. It becomes a little friendlier. But if you don't get it right away, please take a deep breath, stay positive. This is something that you'll continue to develop. If you are understanding, that's awesome. And then the question is for you is what's the next step for us to be able to raise the bar for you so you're being challenged as well. So thank you very much and have a great day.